Have you ever watched a championship team slowly lose its grip on greatness, making increasingly desperate moves just to stay relevant? Well, welcome to the Golden State Warriors reality in 2025, where trading away proven sharpshooters for an overpriced center might just be their Hail Mary attempt to salvage what's left of their championship window. The Warriors find themselves in the most peculiar position imaginable, a franchise built on revolutionary three-point shooting, seriously considering swapping their offensive firepower for traditional big-man production. It's like watching a Formula One team decide they need to switch to monster trucks. But before we dismiss this as front office madness, let's dive deep into why this seemingly backwards trade proposal might actually be the bold stroke of genius Golden State desperately needs. The Jonathan Kuminga paralysis. Here's the uncomfortable truth that Warriors fans don't want to acknowledge. Their franchise is currently handcuffed by a 22-year-old forward who's supposed to represent their future. Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency situation has essentially frozen the Warriors' entire offseason strategy, turning what should be an active pursuit of championship pieces into a frustrating waiting game. Think about the absurdity of this situation. The Warriors, a team that once moved with lightning speed to acquire Kevin Durant and completely reshape the NBA landscape, are now sitting on their hands because they can't figure out what to do with a young player who hasn't even proven he belongs in their championship rotation. It's organizational paralysis at its most maddening. This Kuminga conundrum has created a domino effect that's preventing Golden State from making the aggressive moves necessary to maximize what's left of Stephen Curry's prime. Every day they wait is another day closer to Curry's inevitable decline, and every missed opportunity to improve their roster is a potential championship window slamming shut. The center problem that won't go away lets address the elephant in the room, or rather, the absence of an elephant in the room. The Warriors' center position has been a glaring weakness for years, patched together with aging veterans and undersized players who get exposed against legitimate playoff competition. Their frontcourt currently looks like a collection of spare parts rather than a championship-caliber unit. Enter Nic Claxton, the Brooklyn Nets 6'11" rim protector who represents everything the Warriors lack in the paint. Over the past 3 seasons, Claxton has established himself as one of the league's most reliable defensive anchors, averaging 2.0 blocks per game while shooting an impressive 63.3% from the field. These aren't just numbers, they represent the kind of consistent interior presence that championship teams require. But here's where the story gets interesting. Claxton isn't just a defensive specialist. He's evolved into a well-rounded center who can contribute across multiple categories. His 11.6 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game over the last 3 seasons paint the picture of a player who could seamlessly integrate into Golden State's system while providing the rim protection they've desperately lacked. The $97 million question. Now, we arrive at the most controversial aspect of this potential deal, Claxton's contract. For years, $97 million for a center who's never made an all-star team? On the surface, it looks like the kind of overpay that destroys franchises. But context is everything in the NBA, and the Warriors' context is unlike any other team in the league. Golden State is operating in championship or bust mode with an aging core that includes 37-year-old Stephen Curry and 35-year-old Draymond Green. Traditional financial prudence goes out the window when you're trying to squeeze every last drop of greatness from generational talents. The Lakers proved this philosophy with their aggressive moves to surround LeBron James, and the Warriors might need to adopt similar thinking. Additionally, Claxton's contract structure actually works in Golden State's favor. The salary decreases year by year, making it more palatable as the deal progresses. By the time Curry and Green are approaching retirement, Claxton's cap hit becomes much more manageable, potentially giving the Warriors flexibility to rebuild around whatever young core they've developed. The price of ambition. Derek Parker's trade proposal asks the Warriors to surrender Buddy Hield and Moses Moody, 2 players who represent different aspects of Golden State's identity. Hield embodies the three-point revolution that made the Warriors famous, while Moody represents their attempt to develop young talent within their championship framework. Losing Hield would undoubtedly hurt the Warriors' offensive spacing. The veteran guard has been exactly what Golden State needed, a reliable three-point threat who can take pressure off Curry and create additional offensive opportunities. His departure would force the Warriors to rely even more heavily on their aging superstar shot creation, potentially accelerating Curry's wear and tear. Moses Moody's inclusion in this deal stings for different reasons. The young guard has shown flashes of becoming a valuable two-way player, exactly the kind of cost-controlled talent that smart organizations build around. Trading him away represents a philosophical shift from sustainable success to win-now desperation. The championship math, but here's where the cold, hard mathematics of championship construction come into play. The Warriors' championship window isn't measured in decades, it's measured in seasons. Every year, they waste trying to develop young players or maintain financial flexibility is a year stolen from Curry's prime and the franchise's championship aspirations. Claxton would immediately solve their biggest weakness while complementing their existing strengths. His rim protection would allow Draymond Green to play more freely on defense, potentially extending the veteran's effectiveness. His rebounding would give the Warriors additional possession opportunities, crucial for a team that still lives and dies by the three-point shot. The defensive transformation alone could be worth the trade. Imagine opponents having to deal with Curry's offensive brilliance while also confronting a legitimate shot-blocking presence in the paint. It's the kind of two-way balance that championship teams require, and something the Warriors have lacked for years. The Jimmy Butler factor adding another layer of intrigue to this scenario is the Warriors' acquisition of Jimmy Butler, creating a star trio that demands immediate championship contention. Butler didn't come to Golden State to participate in a gradual rebuild. He came to win a ring before his career ends. This urgency changes every calculation the Warriors make. Butler's presence also provides insurance for trading away depth pieces like Hield and Moody. His versatility and two-way excellence can help mask the loss of role players, while his championship experience provides the kind of veteran leadership that makes risky trades worthwhile. The Warriors are essentially betting that 3 elite players plus adequate role players can outperform a deeper roster with glaring weaknesses. It's championship team construction 101, and history suggests this approach works more often than not. The Nets' perspective from Brooklyn's standpoint, this trade makes perfect sense. They're clearly in rebuilding mode, having moved on from their previous championship aspirations. Acquiring young talent like Moses Moody plus a veteran shooter like Buddy Hield gives them both immediate production and future flexibility. The Nets can also benefit from shedding Claxton's contract, creating additional cap space to either absorb bad contracts for draft compensation or pursue their own free agency targets. It's the kind of win-win scenario that makes trades actually happen rather than just existing in theoretical discussions. The verdict: calculated risk or franchise suicide. As we weigh the merits of this potential blockbuster, one truth emerges: the Warriors are no longer in a position to play it safe. Their championship window is closing rapidly, and half measures won't extend it. Sometimes greatness requires uncomfortable decisions and calculated risks that look questionable from the outside. Trading proven depth for an expensive center represents exactly the kind of all-in mentality that championship teams embrace. The Warriors built their dynasty by making bold moves and trusting their system to maximize talent. This trade proposal, controversial as it may be, follows that same philosophical approach. The real question isn't whether this trade makes perfect sense on paper. It's whether the Warriors have the courage to embrace their championship or bust reality. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness, and standing pat while their window closes would be the greatest tragedy of all. This trade scenario forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth about professional sports. Sometimes you have to risk everything to achieve something truly special. The Warriors' legacy isn't built on playing it safe, it's built on revolutionary thinking and bold execution. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think the Warriors should mortgage their depth for a legitimate center, or are they better off keeping their shooters and hoping for internal development? I'm genuinely fascinated by how divided fans are on this approach. Drop your thoughts below, and let's debate whether this is the masterstroke Golden State needs or the mistake that ends their dynasty. If you're as invested in this Warriors drama as I am, show some love with that like button, and let's keep dissecting every angle of this fascinating offseason.